eSIM Studios. So Samsung is getting ready to launch the Samsung Galaxy Tab S12 series. Just last week, the Tab S12 Plus and the Tab S12 Ultra got Bluetooth certification and is currently getting FCC certification as well to be launched here in the US. And we all know once a device gets certified by the FCC, it's damn near weeks away from launch. Now, it appears we also got news that the S26 FE is got certification and going to launch here soon too. So it looks like Samsung's going to launch the S26 FE and the Tab S12 series here in the coming weeks. Now, the reason why I'm recording in the car is because I'm on my way to go purchase a couple of Tab S11 tablets. I'm going to go purchase, well, I already purchased. I'm on my way to go pick up a Tab S11 and S11 Ultra. Now, I want to discuss if it is suitable for you to purchase the Tab S12 series device, or should you go for the S11? And there's not much of a difference. Now, we're going to discuss the Plus series and the smaller 11-inch series because Samsung is trading off year by year, releasing one year they'll release a Plus model, the next year they'll release a base model, the 11-inch model. Every year they release the Ultra model. So the Ultra never changes. It always gets released every year. They just flip-flop the Plus and the base 11-inch model. Essentially, I just got done looking at the specs before I made the purchase to make sure I'm okay with purchasing the, I guess technically the current S11 series. Now, with the upcoming S12 series, it's the same display, it's the same speakers, it's the same magnet placement for keyboards and accessories. Essentially, the only difference in the Tab S11 series and the Tab S12 series that's going to be launched soon is the processor. So Samsung a couple years ago switched to the MediaTek Dimensity, the flagship Dimensity processor. And in the Tab S12 series, the upcoming S12 series, it has a Dimensity 9500. And in the S11 series, it has the MediaTek Dimensity 9400. So there's not a huge difference in processing power and processing speed. Of course, there is a bump in processing power and speed, but it's not an enormous difference. And it's technically still on the 3 nanometer node, the 9500 and the 9400. So after looking at the specs, looking at the upgrades, or lack of upgrades, I thought, you know what? Let me purchase some S11s because the price is enormous. So Samsung's website, Best Buy's website, they are trying to get rid of stock because they have a ton of S11 tablets. They're trying to get rid of them. So I got my daughter an S11, the 11-inch model, 256 gig, 12 gigs of RAM at a very good price. And I got the Tab S11 Ultra, the 14.6-inch display, 1 terabyte storage model with 16 gigs of RAM at an unthinkable low price. Just an astronaut. I could not believe my eyes, and I could not hit buy fast enough. So, in my opinion, look, if you have a good trade-in deal and you want to go with Samsung, and plus they have easy financing options on Samsung's website, you can go for the Tab S12, especially if, you know, some people don't like buying used products, and I get it. You know, you can always go with the Tab S12, but the 11 series is so heavily discounted, and there's really not that much of a difference. And yeah, of course, they get the spec bump with that new processor, but on device, I don't think you're going to notice a difference. I honestly don't think you're going to notice a change. It's still going to be fast. It's still going to be snappy. It's still going to get a fantastic desktop-like and/or I guess laptop-like experience with Samsung DeX. Everybody knows One UI is fantastic. So I honestly think you're not going to be able to tell the difference when it comes to anything. Anything you do on there. Now let's talk about how they flip-flop because this might make a difference in what you choose. Because last year in the S11 series, if you want the Ultra, they got one every single year. If you want the middle-sized one, or perhaps you want the small one, that might alter your decision-making, because they flip-flop the medium-sized one and the small one each and every year. So this upcoming year for the S12 series, they're launching the Tab S12 Plus and the S12 Ultra. They're leaving out the small model. Now, for the S11 series, last year, they launched the S11, the small 11-inch one, and the S11 Ultra, the 14.6-inch one. The year before that, with the S10 series, they launched the Plus model only and the Ultra model only. And for the S9 series, they did the same thing. So as each model comes out, there'll always be an Ultra, but one year they'll release a Plus, the next year they'll release an Ultra. Now, I think the reason why they do this is because people don't upgrade tablets every single year like phones. Now, I know even that is kind of rare, but somebody like me who upgrades a phone each and every year, look, stats don't lie, and the numbers say that a tablet user is much, much less likely to upgrade every single year than a phone user would upgrade every single year. Now, they're always going to offer an Ultra model just because that's their flagship tablet. It's badass. I think the last Ultra model I had an S10 Ultra for a while, and then I sold that, or traded it in or sold it. I can't remember what I did with it, but it's fantastic. So jump on Best Buy's website, and I don't have any paid affiliate links with Best Buy or anything, or even Samsung. I'm just a user passing his knowledge on to you, and possibly a good deal. So jump on Best Buy's websites. They have clearances. They have their summer school, back to school sale, where they have a ton of stuff, almost everything. I don't say everything, but you get the point. A lot of stuff is on sale, including the tablets. So my daughter needed a new tablet, and I got her one, and then I could not believe how cheap the S11 Ultra was, a 1 terabyte model. I literally was like, what WTF? I shook my head and I was like, is that right? I even refreshed the page. Did they input that wrong? I could not believe it was that cheap. Plus, I had some Best Buy points, or remember, we got our Flip 8 and our Fold 8 from Best Buy. So we got hundreds of dollars off. So I essentially got 2 tablets for damn near nothing. So I was like, I don't know what I need to use these credits for, and just held on to them. And I knew I was going to use at least one of those credits for my daughter's tablet, who starts school today. But I didn't know what I was going to use the other credits for, and I just came across this today. So literally just bought it, and now I'm running out to go grab them. So these are the very best tablets that Android, the operating system, has to offer. I know it has gotten better throughout the years, meaning Lenovo has a really nice tablet. Red Magic now has the Astra tablet, which is more of a gaming tablet, and that's a small one too. It's only like 8.8 or 8.9 inches, the Red Magic one. But if you want a good all-rounder tablet, but a flagship experience, you don't want any of that cheap shit, any of that cheap stuff. The Walmart On tablets that are like getting pretty good reviews, that are only like $100 or $200, whatever. If you need a throwaway tablet, if you have a little kid, like a toddler or something, that's okay to get. But if you have a teenager, if you need a tablet, I wouldn't suggest anything other than a Samsung Galaxy Tab series, and not even the FE. Not even the FE. I'm talking about the flagship Android. I'm talking about the flagship Samsung Galaxy Tabs. That's the only tablet I recommend, because they're dependable. They get software updates forever. Samsung puts a lot into this because their biggest competitor is not another Android tablet and or manufacturer. Samsung's competing directly with iPad, so with Apple. So they have a huge competitor that they need to perform well against. And I think they do a very good job at that. If you've never used a Samsung Galaxy Tab, it's a fantastic experience. It really, really is. I love these things. And there's a lot of accessories you can buy now online. The only downside to it is that the keyboards, the official Samsung keyboards, the base, just regular keyboard is like, well, for the S11, it's like $109. For the S11 Ultra, it's like $200, and that's just for the standard keyboard with a cover. If you want to go the Keyboard Pro, where it has a trackpad and you have a laptop-like experience, those are like $300, which is pretty insane. Won't be getting one of those. I have keyboards and stands at home, but there's a lot of cases and covers on Amazon and stuff you can purchase for it, but it pairs perfectly. If you have a Samsung phone or a Samsung laptop, just the Samsung ecosystem is the very best in the Android world. And it directly competes with Apple. Now, the next best is probably going to be like Oppo, maybe Xiaomi, but you really have to have a phone, tablet, computer, earbuds, and watches to have a complete ecosystem. And it's Samsung, I think, is the only one in the Android world that has that. Now, now hang on a second. Before, I'm just pulling up to Best Buy, but before we get out of here, the Google Books are going to be released in about 3 weeks. Now, that might be Samsung's only competitor when it comes to a tablet and or desktop-like experience. I know the Google Books are going to be in laptop form. However, they are making, I think Lenovo is making a Google Book tablet that would rival a Samsung Galaxy tablet, right? Now, we don't know what that operating system is like. It's going to be their brand new operating system. It's a mixture of Chrome OS and Android, so it will fully support all Android applications. So it will be interesting to see if people buy it, where it's priced at, the price range, and if people buy it. So we'll just have to wait and see, and we'll have to see where that goes. But we're going to cover that. I think I'm going to get one of those too. So stay tuned to the channel, eSIM Studios, and we will be covering all of this stuff from Samsung, from the tablets to the phones to the Google Books. So I am going to pull up to Best Buy. I'm going to get my tablets, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have giveaways throughout the week. We're the only YouTube channel that actually pays our viewers, gives back our YouTube revenue to you, the viewer. So stay tuned. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.